On April 30th, 2025, officers responded to a report of an ongoing employee theft investigation. Upon arrival, they spoke with the store manager, who reported that approximately $6,400 in cash had gone missing from daily money drops between January and April.
Report for I need to press charges.
Okay.
I had an employee working here, and through a period of time he was stealing money. But we do collections, with other people.
Right.
Like they buy the parts and they pay us a day later or 2 days later.
Right.
So things happen like that. And what was happening is that money was not adding up a lot, so I had to take my time. So then what I had to do is I had to grab the money from other days to finish up, my deposits. And then I started to realize that one money was missing. So I had to make a couple of changes, and then after that I had to start watching the cameras. And then I'm realizing that his staff was stealing money every night that he was working. He was going into the drawer and packing the money and then going, or he was doing transactions, ghost transactions, kind of like I can say, where like he will return the parts that the customer had just previously bought that day, and then he was packing the money.
And when did this start?
Honestly, boss, like right now I have dig videos. Like I said, he worked like 5 days a week. So I've seen videos probably up to maybe 2 months, 3 months, but he's been working for the company for 3 years. But the biggest changes just happened now, which was not just the money, but he was doing that with the products. Like he was not charging the people the money, and then not giving the customers just giving the product. So you will not be able to see that because the transaction is not there. But we were missing my merchandise. So then we started to look into it, but that's really hard to find out how it's done. And then but now everything makes sense when I caught him in the video where he will sell, for example, he sold 2 wiper blades, right? Maybe $20. But then before he left, he will return the wiper blades. And I have the two invoices. He will return the wiper blades. Nobody's here, and then he will grab the $20 and then his pocket. And then he will grab more than that, and then just put the receipt saying that the customer returned it. So now we're short the money, and then we're short the product.
Right.
So then that's what. And then when I confronted him, I do have a recording. I confronted him. He agreed that he was gonna pay me the money within 3 weeks, and I'm telling you this because I give him an opportunity to pay the money. I didn't wanna go to this.
Right.
He just told me he can pay. He said he doesn't have the money. He's not gonna pay. So then he broke the verbal contract that we have. I have it recorded. I have the videos, and then that's the reason I just spoke with my boss. My boss said, call the police, get it done, because it's.
So. When did it, you got any receipts of the transactions, or
I can pull them through that's how I was doing. I think I have some here. But I started to see something that it was kind of not obvious. You will sell something in the morning, but then he will return it in the afternoon. Like he will sell it maybe at 10 o'clock, but then at 4:45, 5 o'clock when everybody leaves, it was just 2 people, him and the other person, he will return it. Then that didn't start to make sense. So I started to watch that, and that's how I caught some of the videos. But then you saw the times where maybe my assistant manager will be with him on a Saturday. He will go to get something, and he will go to the drawer and he will pack the money. He does have the videos. Let me call him. He can show you the videos.
Is store video or?
Yes, a store video, but he recorded it on the cell phone because that happened when he was here, and then he showed it to me, and then we kept going.
Now, what you guys can do with the videos and the receipts is to collect everything. Mitch will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, usually I have a gentleman that comes here and he knows how to pull it from here. I don't know who the name of the guy is, but I have people stealing from customers.
Well, we're gonna need you to dig because this is serious. This is serious, and we need all the receipts. Take your time.
Okay.
How much money are we talking about?
65,700. No, 65 or 7K. Talking about 67,000. But the problem is, this is the situation. There's 8 people working here, and we can use anybody's code. So it was not Josie's code, but it's other people's code that have been used to return things. So that's why it's difficult for me to pinpoint everything. But the money that is missing and the money that he agreed to pay it was 65. I think it was 6,500.
Now, the agreement you have with him, unfortunately, that part is civil. The moment you start making agreements with him that he's gonna pay you, now what you know for sure, that's what we need. What you know for sure that attached to him.
Okay, I can pull everything that I have, and all the returns
No,
that he
those don't
has.
have to be.
Put it through. I can do that. I can say
Okay.
the days and the times.
Okay.
So I can do that. I can do that because we have some, but he has one of the videos here, like he can show you guys, and that's how like we went about it.
Now, the $6,000 you mentioned, is that what you can pinpoint to that particular person?
That's the money that we're missing for my whole collection since he's been
Now,
here.
you told me some of them you're not able to prove it's him because people have
Because
been
like I said,
using
because we
other
can,
codes.
but that's the amount that we're short. You know, that's the amount that I can say it was him because he's he's the only one that has been caught stealing, and nobody else has.
They don't work like that.
I don't know how to, but that's the amount.
Yeah,
that-
it's gonna be what you know he did.
Yeah.
okay, but do you think that's what I was trying to say? Like,
So if you,
I have the videos, but in the videos it shows like he grabs money, but we can't really see how much money he's grabbing. But I see the transactions that he's returning. I have those. Yeah, I can show all the money that he's returning, the tickets that he's returning. The other thing is that I have the tickets that he returns. I can show the video that he did not take the money that day. He took it another
okay,
day.
just look at it like
So-
this, because I'm gonna need a sworn statement from you. So when I get your sworn statement, I need a dollar amount that you honestly can like swear to, that you can. I don't need you to say, okay, I'm pretty sure it's approximately 2,000, or I can swear it's approximately 6,000. You got what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because this is going to the state attorney. It's not. I have to investigate, get the basics. The detective's going to come out,
Yes, sir.
but I'm going to need a sworn statement
That's
that
no problem. I guess
such and such took whatever amount of money and he took whatever products.
because I would. If,
Not to say, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
cut you off, not to say the whole amount doesn't matter. That's
Right,
not what I'm saying.
right.
no, I
The
understand.
whole amount will be documented on the report.
Yeah.
Now, when he's being interviewed, if he confessed to using other people's code and steal the whole amount of money, that's a different story. But as far as putting it on him because you believe, because he's the only one who's been caught stealing, and you know this is the practice that you guys have here to use other people's code, it's gonna be hard to put all that amount on him.
But this is my question. But the product, product is the money for the company.
Correct.
And everything else. If I did the product as well, it goes over $10,000. But the thing is that I'm, all the product that he has returned, but it's just like I was saying, he returns things and then he doesn't take the money, but now the product is missing, and then the next day he will take the money, or another day he will take the money. So it's difficult for me to give you all the videos,
No, that's
I can
fine.
give you as much as I can.
Right, that's all-
what I can give you as much as I can find. I can give it to you.
That's
because-
fine.
But like I was saying, like before, this is something that I'm gonna say. The thing is that he was let go before. He was
Okay.
let go before because he was coming in late, again. And that time money was being missing, so he got let go. I let him go.
Right.
Then he promised me, he swore to me that he was gonna be on time, that he was gonna be better. At that time, money was not being missing, but
Right.
we were already had a shortage, so he came back a couple of months afterwards.
That's
and I
fine.
guess that's when he decided to go ballistic and take as much as he could, and that's the reason why he got caught. So
That's fine.
But I can say
I'm gonna give you a case number. I'm gonna send you a link,
that's not a problem. But I am going to
and I'm gonna need a sworn statement.
Investigators began looking into the missing money and reviewing the evidence against Leonardo Flores. Just over a month later, detectives brought Flores in for an interview to hear his side of the story.
You need a drink of water or anything when you use the restroom before we start?
No.
You good? Okay. Since we are talking about a criminal investigation, I have to read you your rights before we go any further. Have you ever had your rights read to you before?
Not that I remember.
Okay, so that's okay. I'm gonna read you line by line each right, and after I read each one, I'm gonna ask you, do you understand? I need a verbal yes or no. If you don't understand, I can explain it to you in a different way. So, Mr. Flores, having these rights that I just read to you in your mind right now, do you want to talk to me about this case that your name's been brought up in?
I'd like to know.
Okay. So, you were formerly employed with the company, correct? How long did you work there?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Was that
Well, when I came back, it was probably like 4 months, 3 months.
so you worked originally and then left?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you came back and worked?
I came back and worked for a little bit more.
Okay. During that time, were you a closer in the store? Did you close most of the time?
Yeah.
And within the last 5 months, from January to April, were you a closer?
Let me see. All of this.
January 25th to be exact. January 4th.
I'm not sure when I came back. But I know that before I came back, I was working at Rivera, which was a really long drive.
Alright, I'll show you this. Is that you sitting at the desk right here, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so on January 4th of this year, you're sitting at the desk inside Glades Auto Parts. Do you recognize anybody else in this video?
My coworker,
What's her name?
Diana.
Diana, okay. So that's you and your coworker Diana at approximately 5:34 in the afternoon at the Glades Auto Parts store.
Yeah.
So during your time working at AC Delco, Glades Auto Parts, do you know of any false returns that were made?
False returns, no.
Do you know what a false return I'm referring to? Like, you know what it is?
No.
Is when it's these return receipts here. Your user login is LF is for your first and last, right? So your boss started noticing that money was missing every day from the money drops. So he started doing a little investigation to see why there was just money every day. Usually he says that sometimes you can catch it, it's an account that hasn't been paid here, but every day it was giving him a heads up. So he started digging into, okay, maybe the employees are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. He wasn't accusing anybody of theft. He just thought maybe it was a mistake. But by looking through, he did find that there was a lot of transactions, you were doing returns, but the product wasn't being put back into the product database basically. So he started looking into your returns, and some of these returns, you're doing returns on the computer when there's no customers in the store. And then you're taking the money from the register and you're putting it in your pocket. So that's why we're here now. I would like to hear your side of, is there anything going on in your life that makes you, that you have to take some extra money off the top? Is your family going through medical history or medical bills you can't pay? What's going on in your life? I give everybody the chance to explain their side of why they do things, because I don't like to judge people. You know, that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to find the truth and then try to make you your character, pretty much. I talked to Diana already. I talked to all your other employees. They say you're a good dude. You're a jokester. You like to joke around a lot, but they don't know your personal life. So I'm just here to let you tell your side of the story, for the state attorney, for the business owner Marvin and his boss, everybody to know why is Leo having to take a little bit of money out of the register this day and this day, do false returns. I mean, this is your time to talk. So let me hear why you're doing this stuff, man.
Well, I don't remember doing any false returns at all, and everything from the course. That's all I know about the course.
The cores, what are you referring
He's
to?
told me about the battery course.
Battery cores.
I don't know if he's talked to you about that, but he's told everybody else that battery cores, whoever works on the car, gets to keep the battery core.
So you mean like a replacement battery?
Yeah. So whenever a customer comes and gives us the old battery, we they either get the $15 back for saving the on the battery, or if we put their car battery on, then we get that.
So you're saying every time that you've taken money from the register and put it in your pocket is from battery cores?
Well, I'm not saying that it took money out, but everything is on the system. Everything that is on the ticket. If you guys look at the time where he showed me a video where it was like he seen that $15 was taken out.
Okay.
That same time on his system, it states that was a core taken out. And back then, what I used to do, I used to put the receipt right at the camera.
Okay.
and show them like this is the receipt. I used to do when I started getting the course, but now he's saying that it's not legal. I guess I don't know, but if it's not legal, you know, Sylvester also Marvin keeps the course. So I'm like, now you're gonna tell me that the cores are not liable? Now you're gonna tell me the cores are theft? After he explained to us.
That every employee knows that?
Yeah. He's talked to us in the meetings about that.
Okay. So he's told you and everybody else that you guys work on a car, you can keep the core battery to do the return on? Basically to get that, what is it, $15, $17?
I think it's like 17 or 15 or 17.
17, 15
Yeah.
is the core return?
But detectives weren't relying on Flores's version of events alone. To find out what was really happening behind the register, investigators spoke with several of his former co-workers who were present during some of the suspicious transactions.
Take me through like a regular day when you're working. Do you work till close?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a closer. At the end of the day, what do you usually do to close the shop up? Do you do paperwork?
I count the money.
You count the money out of the registers?
Yes.
Okay.
One register.
One register. So you guys use one register for the
all
day?
of us, yes.
Okay. So towards the end of the day, when it's time to closing, you start counting the money in the register?
Yes.
During that time, do you do any paperwork like returns or anything like that?
No, not at that time. No.
Okay. What is a basic policy or procedure for you guys to do a return? Like if somebody came in and wanted to return something, what would you guys do?
Well, first we'll check the product is not used or if it's returnable,
Okay.
and then if everything is okay with the product, then if they put it on the card, we put the money back on the card, or we give them cash
Okay.
if
So
they paid cash.
so if the customer came in and bought a product with their debit card, credit card, and then they came back and returned it, you
They
would
would
then
have to put it back on the card.
the exact card?
Yes.
Okay. And if they paid cash for the product,
Then we give them back
you
cash.
give them back cash. Okay. But the person has to physically be in the store with the product
Yes.
to do a return. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how well do you know Leo?
I would say we were good friends.
Good
We are
friends?
Good friends.
Good friends. Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you worked with him?
Well, let's see. Well, since I got here, he was here.
He was already here, so about 2 years.
Yeah, and then he got laid off, and then he came back.
Okay. So you've known him the whole time.
But
that
when
he's
he
worked.
was laid off, we were still remain friends. We
Okay.
were friends.
All right. So would you say you're friends outside of work and
Yes.
and work? Okay. What kind of character is he? Like a person? Like what would you say his character would be?
He jokes around a lot.
A joker?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of like all over the place when it comes to work, but
Okay.
that was none of my business. That's,
Right.
You know.
Right. So this incident is going to go back to the beginning of this year, January 4th of 2025. This incident, you're here in the store with Leo. Do you remember these incidences? If you look back, I have
Is
the.
this towards closing?
Yeah, this is at 7. This is
Because most of the time
5:30.
I would be me and him closing.
So you and him would close together.
Right.
Um,
Or sometime. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
So at one point he prints something on the printer. You see him messing on the computer, and then he prints something to the printer. He takes it off the printer. I guess you start counting the drawer. He comes over to you with what I believe is a return receipt. And do you remember what he tells you or anything he tells you
Didn't tell me
about?
anything. I don't recall.
Is this a common practice to bring a return receipt
No.
to the register and take the amount that the return is for out and get the cash and then leave the store with it?
No.
Have you ever seen any other employees do that?
No.
Okay, so this is the only time you've seen somebody do this was when Leo was doing it.
I didn't even know that he was doing that because I started paying attention. As you see, he starts talking to me.
Mhm.
It kind of like distracts me a little.
Right.
I noticed, when I started to realize what was going on. And then he starts like doing whatever he starts doing. He starts talking to me, and then I start have to count the money again, and I get a little distracted.
Right. So do you know what he's doing here? He pushes the debit card reader, and then he
Right.
puts his phone on top of
So
it.
it's the Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. Was he purchasing something or was?
No, he would. Well, sometimes. Well, I guess he'll be like, okay, I'm taking 20, and then he'll take the 20 or 40, and then he'll charge it on the card.
Okay.
Or sometimes he'd be like, I'd be like, okay, how much you need? And then he'd be like, okay, I need 20, and then he'll do the.
Why did you throw the money on the floor like that? Kick it to the
That's
side.
just a joke.
So you were just
I was
joking
like,
around.
make it rain.
So I'm just trying to figure out. You gave him money because he was from the drawer because he was returning something,
No. Because, like, let's just say he said at the end of the night he comes and says, okay, I need $40.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then he'll charge 40 on his card.
Uh huh.
Okay, and then I'll wind up giving him the 40. Or sometimes he'll do it on his own. You know,
So what's he charging?
on his card. Like, let's just say I need 40.
Cash back?
Yeah, cash back. That's it.
Okay. So he's doing a cash back type
Right.
exchange.
Right.
So he would charge his card to the debit card reader.
Right.
And then you'd give him the actual cash.
Right.
Okay. So that's what happened in that instant?
Yes.
Okay. And that
And
instant,
then, yeah.
you gave him, do you remember how much you gave him that time when you threw it?
I think it would have been 40. I'm not sure.
Because he does a transaction there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how you guys arrange your drawers.
Right, that's the 20s.
That's the 20s, okay.
Yeah.
So you gave him
40.
$40, okay. And then you're like, get this out of here. Get away from me. I'm trying to do my
Right.
job. Okay. All right.
So that's how the routine that he would do, you know, like almost every night.
Okay.
So sometimes he'd do it on his own, or sometimes I would give it to him. But I don't know if he was doing more or less, you know, when he did
Right.
it on his own.
But this instance, you know that you gave him two 20s
Right,
because he just charged
it
his
on-
card
right,
$40.
right.
Okay. So that clears up that one. Okay. He grabs the money off the counter. But this one, you didn't give him no money. He did it himself. Did he say anything to you? Nothing? Okay.
You know, I guess when I noticed that he starts to distract me and starts
Right.
talking to me, and
Right.
he took advantage of our, you know, friendship,
Did-
sort of. I
did-
guess I felt, you know.
Did you know that he was doing these returns?
No.
These false returns? No.
Absolutely.
And just to be clear, the policy for returns is somebody has to be physically in the store returning the item.
Right.
You have to inspect that item,
Right.
make sure it's not been opened, damaged, or used.
Exactly.
If it's still in good condition, then you take the item back, put it back into inventory, and give them the refund.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, core return 1715.
And every time, I was trying to tell him that. I was telling him that too when he came over. If he looks at the camera time and he goes back to the system time on the receipts,
Yeah.
they're all there. It's all there.
But can
So
you
everything was on the system.
Can you explain you doing a return for something that's not in the product? When they go back and do inventory, there's no inventory of any of this stuff that you've returned.
I'm
And then
pretty sure that stuff there that is, well, I guess, falsely. It's all on tickets that I have open. And every ticket that I have open, I have paid slowly.
you're talking about
So
the
it's
open-
crazy how
the open
it's.
tickets.
He tells me that we can have open tickets, but it's crazy now saying that it's false or if it's false returns or anything. Because I have probably like, let's say like 5 open tickets, and I'm pretty sure the stuff that he's trying to put me for are on those tickets.
So there was one incident that looks like you did like an Apple Pay over the credit card reader.
Oh yeah, I know that one. He tried to tell me about that one too. That one was a mixture of a core and me taking $10. 10 plus 17 is 27. That's the video he showed me, and I told him, and I was like, wow. Like, there's a receipt. If you could look to on my name, it even says my name on the receipts on where I took the Apple Pay.
Right.
So $10, and then plus at that same time, there's a ticket about a core that I took out.
All right. Well, I'm telling you what he told me, that nobody's ever been told that they can keep core batteries. That the core money's supposed to go towards the company.
Wow. Okay.
So, you're saying he told you
He
that?
told the whole guy. He told us he has meetings.
Right. He told me about weekly meetings, but
Yeah.
he didn't. He mentioned that nobody was told anything about keeping cores, and that the core
That's
money is supposed to
insane.
go towards the. I know. It's what he's telling me as a business manager and as a victim of this crime right now. So all these, I have 5 different transactions over a 4-month period that he was able to provide me with video evidence of you pretty much printing out a receipt on the printer, which is right here, correct? Printer here.
Yeah.
You print out a receipt, you go over, you rip it in half, and you take money out of the register. Or if somebody else is at the register, you ask them for the money.
Well, we're ripping in half. That means that one goes into the box, the one we keep, and one I take. This is my receipt,
Okay.
and that's the cores. And it's also crazy saying that he's missing money, but since everything's on the system,
Mm-hmm.
that those $17 are on the system that we're taking out for a core. So I don't understand how is he gonna say that there's money missing on the accounts, but it's all on the computer.
Right. Is there a reason why you think he would make up these accusations against you and go through all this work of getting the videos over 4 months and all the documentation?
It might sound crazy, but I remember when he used to have more meetings where he used to say that back then the store would be like really low on money for like people not selling stuff right or whatever.
That's what he told me about, yeah.
So when he came over to my house talking about that he's accusing me of like I think 6,000 is what he said, I'm like, you're not sticking me with the whole store debt. Like,
Right.
you're not sticking me at all. Like, what? That was just insane to me. When he said 6,000, I'm like, yeah, he's really trying to like scare me and make me pay for a debt that that the store has already and not due to me.
Right.
Because he's always talking about that debt too, and it's mostly because of people that don't charge or the other mechanics that we have. That they don't charge them that same day, and then they don't want to pay after all, or they forget to send something.
All right. So just to clarify for my report, my case, the times that you went to the register with the receipts in hand,
It's all in the system.
it's all in the system, but they were all core returns for 1715.
Yeah.
Plus, if you did an Apple cash advance or money back, basically.
And the little receipts that they keep, and it should say my name on it because it always says my name at the bottom.
Right. Let me ask you, the one time that Wendy was at the, or was it Wendy? No, it was Shamara. Shamara was at the register.
That was the time right there. That was that time.
You did the Apple Pay. I saw you put your phone over there. You typed in the number. Then you ripped off the receipt. You went back to the drawer. You took all the other receipts and you shuffled yours like in the middle. Why would you do that? Instead of putting it on top for the last one, you put yours in the middle and shuffled it, trying to hide.
It's because
that receipt.
sometimes they don't want you to take money out. Like, they don't tell you exactly like when, but for her, she likes to count her money right.
Okay.
And then like if she got nothing but big bills and no small bills, she has to go back to the change bank. So I was, I didn't want to say that it was me.
Gotcha.
I took all the little small bills.
Okay. And that day it looked like you took 120, 2 5s, and 3 singles, and then you put the 2 5s back, correct?
Oh yeah. I remember she was there. I did make a mistake there. I was like, whoa. I thought I took too much. Yeah. No, but everything there is on the receipt.
So you did a $10 transaction.
And I told her that too. I was like, whoa. I was like, Marvin would have killed me. Like, I told her.
So you took the $10 that you did back, and then you kept 13, because you had a 20 and then two singles.
If I'm not mistaken, what is it? 20 and then I think it was supposed to be 27. I think I got, or 20. 27 plus the change together. I think the change together would this would equal that. That's not too foggy, but that's foggy. That's already.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add to your statement today, or anything else to help your image and your character in this investigation? What'd you leave for when you first got hired? What'd you leave for the first time, and then you came back again? What was the reason you left for the first time?
I was trying to look for another job, but at the same time, mostly due to tardiness.
Tardiness?
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't catch you stealing from the register and fire you?
No, it was tardiness.
Alright, why would they tell me that they caught you stealing the first time and they had to let you go for that? You were taking money from the register.
He said that too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
On my report on my app, it says that I was let go for tardiness.
What app, like?
Flex check for check flex or something like that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you know what's gonna happen today. Based on my probable cause and the investigation I've done, you are gonna be charged with this crime. You're not being convicted of it. You're gonna be charged with it today. Based on his statements, other employee statements that I've interviewed, and the video evidence, I have to make that decision. So you will be charged today with petty theft, which is a misdemeanor, and scheming to defraud. Alright, so the paperwork's already done. I'm going to add in just to the last part what you just told me, your side of the story, and then you'll have to go to court and let the judge and your defense attorney, state attorney figure out the rest of this. Like I said, what Marvin provided me, along with co-worker statements and video evidence, I have to make this.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll go to court and I'll tell them too.
Like I said,
everybody else knows about those courts. Everybody else knows.
If those people want to come forward at that time and give their side, like, hey, Marvin did tell us, but when I went there and interviewed all the employees, especially about the court things, nobody came forward with that information.
He was charged with scheme to defraud involving less than $20,000 and petty theft involving less than $100. Disclaimer: all individuals are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.